Variables and constants. What are the differences? I know you have heard of variables before because in previous tutorials we discussed about variables. But then there are some key facts about variables we are here to take note of. For example, variables in PHP are loosely typed. You might wonder, what does this mean? This means that in PHP, you don't need to declare the type of variable your variable will be. Like it's stated here, integer. No, PHP does not need to know. PHP automatically checks that this is a number and then it automatically treats it as an integer. So you don't need to also tell PHP that, oh, this variable is going to be a string. PHP automatically does that for you. Now notice that these two variables are set as string because they are put into the quote. So what if I want to perform a mathematical operation on it? For example, let us say I want to output the multiplication of this and this. Will it work? Well, let's save this and find out. You know what to do? Localhost / the name of your file. In this case is var and const.php. Click enter and you see it produces the number 2000. What does this tell us? This simply tells us that PHP takes care of the type of variable that we are dealing with. Therefore, we say that PHP is loosely typed when dealing with variables. You need to take very good note of that. Now, switching over to constants. You might be wondering, what are constants? Just as the name implies, constants are values that do not change throughout the entire course of our programs. So constants are more like variables, but what they do is that the values they hold do not change throughout the course of the program. So how can you create your own constant? Very simple. This is the format. You use the define function. Within it, it contains two parameters that you are expected to supply. First, the constant name, and then the constant value. A great way for you to understand this better is for you to see this in action. So let us say we want to check for the area of a circle. We could come and define a constant at this point. Define a constant. We name the constant pi. And then we set its value to 3.142. So you can see we used the define function and it is expecting two parameters from us. First of all, the name of the constant which I set to pi and then the value set to the constant. So anytime you want to reference this constant, all you need to do is call it. It's as simple as that. So let us say, for example, this is the radius 10. And so we want to output the area of a circle with radius 10. What do? So we simply say echo. I like to be a little bit creative here. So I'll just say area, supply a colon and a space. Then I'll concatenate this with pi multiply by the variable r multiply by the variable r. It's as simple as that. Of course, we know it's pi r square. So this is simply pi times r times r. Now, I concatenated this with the string area so that our answer will be looking neat. So what we simply need to do now is save this, then come and refresh this page, and we get an error, a parse error. Say there's syntax error, unexpected variable in line 4. So let's go to line 4. It wasn't expecting this. Why? Because we did not end this with the semicolon. So that's a way to tackle all these kind of errors. So what we need to do now is what? Save and refresh. You notice that we get our result 314.2. So this is how simple it is to create your constant and use your constant at any given point. Now that is that about variables and constants. We only stuck to the basics. There are many more things to still learn about constants, most especially the fact that PHP has predefined constants that you can make use of to do so many things in your programs. Much later, when you are learning more about constants, you come across these constants. I hope this has come simple to you. In the next video tutorial, we'll be talking about the print and the echo statement. See you then.